So, let me first get a show of hands. Has anyone here ever played Farmville? How about Mafia Wars? Well, how about have any of you had friends or family members who constantly play it and constantly get barraged on their Facebook from friends saying, "Come take care of my llama that's gotten lost"? That is because, well, let me start from the beginning. When Facebook was created, it was glorious. It came out, millions of people got on, and then, like a swarm of locusts on a field of wheat, many applications and different little functions and quizzes descended upon it, feasting upon the boundless people within it. Now, most of these were harmless, such as, like, what Harry Potter character are you, or Super Poke. But the more devious ones come from a company known as Zynga, a corporation, I quote, based on evil. I'll bring up a quote from an ex-employee that I read in an interview in SF Weekly, that Zynga's policy is do evil. Let me see if I can get it. Yes, I would venture to say it is one of the most evil companies in terms of business approach and from a culture perspective. I've tried to make sure that friends don't let friends work at Zynga. There are three main aspects that why Zynga can be incredibly devious. That is from its games such as Farmville and Mafia Wars, that is from the scams that it has functioned with, and from the, well, again, from the games themselves from an entirely different perspective. First thing is the addictive games. Everybody has probably seen it. The games are always designed with an energy mechanic, which allows you a set number of actions per day, and in doing so, limits your playtime. Seems like a good idea, except people can never quite get it out of their system. They'll play for just that much each day, and ultimately want to go back the next day because they couldn't quite finish all they had wanted to do. There's always that one more thing on the farm that needs to get done. And they've roped people in. They've gotten what is called the compulsion loop down to a science. They know through testing exactly how long a person can play before they get tired or before they would want to play again. Another devious aspect of these is that they call themselves a social game. It's on a social network after all. But all that they do for social games is take each and every single person who's playing it and turn them into an unpaid advertising agent. The only social things that happens are going over to your friends' Facebooks and saying, "Hey, come to my farm and fix it," or "Take care of these." Unwanted gifts and requests for help. That is all that the games accomplish. Another thing is the scams. I don't know who may have seen these zwinky advertisements before, but they're always offering through the various games such as the Zynga Poker to sign up for these various activities, and you can earn their little digital currency through Farmville, through Mafia Wars, through their poker game. As I stated, they've got this digital currency where you earn it. You can get some things that people who don't buy it just can't quite get, which is always that little I'm better than everybody. And you can pay through a credit card. You can sign up to get a credit card, which have ridiculously exorbitant rates. You can get text messaging service, which are nearly impossible to get out of and needlessly expensive, like those $1-a-day ones. And you can even get toolbars, such as the Zwinky toolbar. In an interview with TechCrunch magazine, the interview itself was titled, from Zynga CEO Mark Pincus, "I did every horrible thing in the book just to get revenues." He quoted that he downloaded the Zwinky toolbar just to see what it was like, and it took 11 of his tech guys to get it off of his computer because it was useless. And through all of this, it's been proven that it's actually more cost effective to just pay Zynga straight up for their money. It's a little ridiculous. And a last thing that they've been known to do is, well, let me say this. It seems relatively harmless. They're like, you can go on, just play the games, right? Nothing wrong with that. You don't have to buy the money. Well, Here, I'm just going to show you, here's a clip of a bit of Farmville gameplay. You may have all seen it, you may recognize it. Now, here's another clip from an application called Farm Town. Looks pretty similar, right? I'll recognize it. Same patterns, same layout on the bottom. Now, it may surprise you, that second one, Farmtown, came out 6 months before Farmville did. Before the Farmville produced by Zynga. They up and outright stole the concept of Farmville. They have copied so many games now. Farmville came 6 months after Farmtown. Cafe Town came a few months after Restaurant City. Mafia Wars came after Mob Wars, a solid 3 months. And there has been litigation. You say, oh, that sort of thing is illegal. People sue. People have sued. And Zynga is prepared for that. When the company that produced Mob Wars did sue Zynga based on the Mafia Wars due to trademark infringement. And Zynga had actually set aside $10 million when doing this, saying, okay, we know we're going to get sued, we'll settle out of court. And so they did so, gave them $8 million out of court, and then proceeded to go and make tens to hundreds of millions of dollars from the Mafia Wars game. But just by charging people and the advertisements and countless effects. So what you need to do is, it's very simple actually. Most of you are actually already doing it. But just don't play their games. Don't invest in their money, don't play their games. You need to show the group that there are effects to their incredibly unethical actions. There is just no end to what they'll do for that quick buck at the cost of their consumers. And so clearly they are a despicable group to work for and to play with. And all you need to do is just stop these villains in their tracks. Thank you.